Alright, look. Hit the like button. Hit the sub button. Hit the notification bell. You understand me? Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Join this Fisk Unit army and get Fisk Unit tough. Alright, look. Hit the like button. Hit the sub button. Hit the notification bell. You understand me? Subscribe to my channel. Join this Fisk Unit army and get Fisk Unit tough. Now look. Is Matthew Stafford a Hall of Famer? Let's talk about it. Obviously, Dan Marino didn't win a Super Bowl. He's in the Hall of Fame. Jim Kelly didn't win a Super Bowl. He's in the Hall of Fame, right? So those are just two examples of QBs who did not win Super Bowls, but they're in the Hall of Fame, right? So now, let's just look at some quarterbacks that won Super Bowls who are about to go to the Hall of Fame. We got my man Eli Manning, Easy E, Patriot Slayer himself. He's going to get in because he won 2 Super Bowls. Let's call that just is what it is. He won 2 Super Bowls versus Tom Brady. He's getting in. He was average for the entirety of his career outside of those 2 playoff runs. But those 2 playoff runs, they happened. Then you got Big Ben, who got 2 Super Bowls. One of them he had nothing to do with. That was all Willie Parker and Jerome Bettis. And then the second one, he had that pass to Antonio Holmes in the Super Bowl versus the Cardinals. Other than that, Big Ben was an habitual failure. This is a guy who lost to Tebow, Baker Mayfield, Blake Bortles, Joe Flacco. He's had a lot of horrible playoff losses. Right? Never could beat Tom Brady. Never could. He's going to get into the Hall of Fame, right? And then you look at guys like Matt Ryan, who has an MVP. He's going to make a case. You got Phillip Rivers. Great career. Never won. He's going to make a case, right? And then you got Matthew Stafford, who has the numbers and has a Super Bowl. And you got to ask yourself, right? Eli Manning, Big Ben, Matthew Stafford, out of those 3 quarterbacks, who would you rather have? Because that's really what Matthew Stafford's MVP candidacy comes down to. Who would you rather have? Big Ben, Eli Manning, or Matthew Stafford? That's really... Matthew Stafford is a combination of Eli and Big Ben. He's got the clutch gene in Eli Manning. He showed that to you when he beat Tom Brady in the playoffs. He beat Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl. He showed you he's clutch when he finally got over the hump and he beat the 49ers. The Rams finally beat the 49ers in a playoff game, right? But he also showed you that he has the consistency in the regular season other Ben Roethlisberger, because that's where Big Ben was better than Eli, was he was consistent. Eli Manning was never consistent. But Eli Manning was clutch, and Big Ben just wasn't clutch in the playoffs. So I'm looking at him like Matthew Stafford is the perfect child of Big Ben and Eli Manning. He really, really is. Therefore, you got to put him in the Hall of Fame. This is a guy who's 12th in passing touchdowns with 333. And he's 11th in passing yards with 52,082. And he's 8th in game-winning drives currently with 42. He's got to go in there. And he's 6th all-time in comebacks with 34. And he's only 35 years old. You got to put him in the Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer. Matthew Stafford should be a little bit more respected than what he is when y'all talk about the Rams winning 5 games next season. There's no way the Rams are going to win 5 games with a future Hall of Fame quarterback at the helm. I don't see it. There's not enough respect being shown towards Matthew Stafford. This is a dude who wasted a majority of his career for a poverty franchise in Detroit. This man had Detroit on his back, led that sorry franchise to the playoffs multiple times, and never got credit for it. Never. Megatron wasn't throwing them balls to himself. Kenny Galladay's sorry ass went throwing them balls to himself. This is a guy in Matthew Stafford who the first time he got a real head coach, the first time he got a real organization with some real good players on it, he goes to the playoffs, he beats Brady, he beats Kyle Shanahan's stacked 49er team, and then he beats y'all favorite new quarterback in Joe Burrow, all in the first season he was there. So Matthew Stafford showed you that maybe if he gets drafted to a real organization and knows what the hell they're doing, this is a guy who probably would have won a couple Super Bowls. I'm a Matthew Stafford guy, and I believe he's a Hall of Famer. Maybe not on the first ballot. I honestly don't believe that Eli Manning, Big Ben, or Stafford should get in on the first ballot. I don't. That should be reserved for Brady, Manning, Rodgers, Breeze. That should be reserved for the elite of the elite. Like Dion said, we all wear the same jacket, but we shouldn't all be in the same room. So, all in all, bet the Rams season win total over 6.5, and throw some respect on future Hall of Famer Matthew Stafford. That's it. That's all. Subscribe to the unit if you rocking with me. My name is Fitz Vegas, and I approve this message.